नंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन
यमुना तीरावनचारी
यमुनतीरावनचारी
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव जय कुञ्ज विहारी।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद।
जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद।
जय जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव।
जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव।
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल।
नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल।
हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। गुरु महाराज की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. So we will be reciting from Canto 6, Chapter 2, today from verse number 12 onwards. Before going into the session, we will all offer our Mangalacharan prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire नष्टप्रायश भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपथकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सकललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिवत्कृपातं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्री ईश्वरं जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. So we will start from verse number 12 today. So we are continuing actually the discussion between Yamadutas and Vishnudutas, where Rajamil is on the deathbed, and both are having a discussion where this soul has to be taken. The Vishnudutas are saying that he is a rightful candidate for going to back to Vishnu Loka or Vaikunta, whereas the Yamadutas are saying that he is led a sinful life, so he has to go to Yamaraj for punishment. So the Vishnudutas now here up to the verse number 19, they are saying that since he has chanted the holy name Narayana, he is a rightful person to enter the Vishnu Loka. And continuing here, the verse number 12 onwards, up to 19 verse, is actually Vishnudutas replying to the Yamadutas regarding the glorification of their holy name. The power of the holy name is actually especially mentioned here in Bhagavatam in these verses. So let us all, we'll discuss together about what our Prabhupada's translation and purport. Hare Krishna. So who would like to recite the verse number 12? Anyone wants to recite the verse?
Okay, Prabhuji, I will recite, Prabhuji. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Mother. Yes, Mother, please.
नैकान्तिकं तद् हृतेऽपि निष्कृते मनः पुनर्धावति चेत् असत्पते तत्कर्म निर्हारम् अभीष्टकं हरेर् गुणानुवर्धः कलौ सत्वभावनः. Scroll down, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Translation. The ritualistic ceremonies of atonement recommended in the religious scriptures are insufficient to cleanse heart absolutely, because after atonement, one's mind again runs towards material activities. Consequently, for one who wants liberation from the brutal reactions of material activities, the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra or glorification of the name, fame, and pastimes of the Lord is recommended as the most perfect process of atonement, because such chanting eradicates the dirt from one's heart completely. Translation once again. The ritualistic ceremonies of atonement recommended in the religious scriptures are insufficient to cleanse the heart absolutely, because after atonement, one's mind again runs towards material activities. Consequently, for one who wants liberation from the fruitive reactions of material activities, the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra or glorification of the name, fame, and the pastimes of the Lord is recommended as the most perfect process of atonement, because such chanting eradicates the dirt from one's heart completely. Purport. The statement in this verse has been confirmed previously in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.17. Srenvatam swakatah Krishna पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृदयान्तस्थो हि अभद्राणि vidunoti srutu satam. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, super soul, in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desires for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who releases his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. It is the special mercy of the Supreme Lord that as soon as he knows that one is glorifying his name, fame, and attributes, he personally help cleanse the dirt from one's heart. Therefore, simply by such glorification, one cannot only become purified, but also achieves the result of pious activities. Punya Sravana Kirtana. Punya Sravana Kirtana refers to the process of devotional service. Even if one does not understand the meaning of the Lord's name, pastimes, or attributes, one is purified simply by hearing or chanting of them. Such purification is called Sattva Bhavana. One's main purpose in human life should be to purify his existence and achieve liberation. As long as one has a material body, one is understood to be impure. In such an impure material condition, one cannot enjoy truly blissful life, although everyone seeks it. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam 5.5.1 says, Tapo divyam putraka yenas sattvam sudhayet. One must perform tapasya, austerity, to purify his existence in order to come to the spiritual platform. The tapasya of chanting and glorifying the name, fame, and attributes of the Lord is a very easy purifying process by which everyone can be happy. Therefore, everyone who desires the ultimate cleansing of his heart must adapt this process. Other process such as karma, jnana, and yoga cannot cleanse the heart absolutely. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So we are continuing the glorification as explained by the VIŠDUDūTAS about the glories of the holy name. So if you see, what is the purpose of human life? This is the essence of Bhagavatam. We can say the essence of Bhagavatam or the scripture is actually purification of heart, or the goal of human life is purification of heart and glorification of the Lord. Only two things. Whole Bhagavatam, if you see, the purpose of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, chanting, Ekadasi, whatever austerities we are following, is actually purpose is only two things. Purification of our heart, first thing, and glorification of the Lord. And when we are glorifying the Lord, automatically the heart also gets purified. The main purpose is purification, and after that, glorification. And while we are doing the glorification, simultaneously, purification also happens. That's what Prabhupada is referring here. Shinvatan Sakata Krishna Punya Sharvana Kirtana Hridayantosya Bhadrani Vignoti Sudam. As we are reading Bhagavatam, what happens? Actually, our heart gets purified. Because Shinvatam Swakata Krishna. We are hearing Krishna Katha now. Shinvatam Swakata Krishna. And not only that, it also gives punya, merits of the pious research, pious activities. Punya, Sharavana Kirtana. Then what happens? Hridayantosi abhadrani. Whatever dirt in the heart, contamination, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. So these things are keeping us always unhappy. When we have kama, we are not happy. When you have lobha, we are not happy. We can analyze. It's very practical. See, when we are having greediness, so we are not happy with whatever we have in our life. Greedy, kama, krodha. When we are angry, no, we are not happy. When we get angry, even though at that time we are getting angry, after angry, we are feeling, oh, why I felt like that? And we are very depressed, Kama, also too much desire for enjoying this world. Kama, krodha, lobha, greediness, mada, matsarya, envy. So all these things. So let us see what, we'll read the translation first. So there are actually, we discussed this from the earlier verses also. Ritualistic ceremonies are offered in the scriptures. That is for atonement. Atonement is prescribed for some ritualistic ceremonies are prescribed for atonement for to cleanse the heart. But here the VIŠDUDūTAS are saying it is insufficient, means it's not complete. Even though there are recommendations in the scriptures for atonement. Some rituals are there mentioned. It is not sufficient to cleanse the heart. Because after atonement, one's mind again runs towards the material activities. In this example, already Sukadeva Goswami and Parishit Maharaj were discussing. They discussed about the elephant example. The elephant very nicely enters into the water, takes bath, and it comes out very shining. Its body is shining because it has just completed its bath in the river. But after coming to the land, the elephant, what it does, if you have seen some videos, you can see it will take the mud from the ground, the river banks, and then it will put it on the head. It will become dirty. The same way, when you are doing ritualistic ceremonies of atonement, what happens? You are actually atoning only the sinful reactions, but the sinful tendency is there. That is still in the heart, like the seed. Like you are cutting a plant, and after that, if you see, when there is rain, again the plant will grow from the root because the root is still there, the seed is there. As long as you don't completely uproot, the plant will not still grow again and again. As we see in our houses also, sometimes in the balcony or somewhere in the compound wall, one plant will go and we will cut it. After 3-4 months, you see again it will come when there is water. So like that, what happens? The mind, the sinful tendency is there. Even though reactions are removed by the atonement ritualistic ceremony, since the tendency is there, it is like a seed. When there is favorable situation, again the mind will run towards material activities. That's why Prabhupada says, instead of completely, you should root out. How we can completely root out? That's what here we can. Consequently, for one who wants liberation from fruitive reactions of material activities, the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra or glorification. See here, the word glorification is coming. See, purification and glorification, both simultaneous. By hearing about Bhagavatam, we are getting purified. And while we are glorifying Krishna's name, fame, and pastimes, again purification is happening. So, is recommended as the most perfect process of atonement because such chanting, you see here the word main is eradicates. This is the main thing. The atonement and this difference is atonement will nullify the sinful reactions, whereas chanting and the glorification of the name will eradicate the sinful tendency of the person. So, when a person heart is cleansed, then he will no more commit any sinful activities. So, from eradicate the dirt from one's heart completely. So, this is the advantage of chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. It acts as an atonement, not only as atonement, but also as an completely purificatory process, which will eradicate the anarthas from our heart completely. So, that is the glorification of the holy name. So, Prabhupada writes in the purport, Prabhupada says, here quotes from very important verse 1.2.7. In this verse we should all memorize because very important verse. Shrunvatam swakata Krishna punya shravana kirtana hridayantosi abhadrani vidnoti sursatam. Very beautiful verse. This is what we have to memorize. Shrunvatam, very clear from the verse itself. Shrunvatam swakata Krishna. So it is not written about anybody else. Shrunvatam swakata Krishna means it is about you are hearing the katha of pastimes of Krishna. As we are reading every day in the Srimad Bhagavatam, this is Swakatha Krishna. Shrunvatam, we are hearing. So what happens? Punya Shravana Kirtana. Punya Shravana Kirtana means, here Prabhupada writes a translation of this verse. Sri Krishna, the personality of God, who is Paramatma. So we know there is inside our heart, there is Jivatma and Paramatma. Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, Upadrikshta Anumanta Cha, Varta Bhokta Maheshwara, Paramatmeti Chapi, so Deshmi Purusha Para. 13.23. Krishna is sitting within our heart, within all the Jivatmas, not only for human beings, for animals also. But animals don't know anything about God. That is the different disadvantage of animal life. But when human being, when Krishna is seeing within the heart of super soul, in everyone's heart, and he is actually seeing that a person is interested to know about him. Like, somebody, if we are talking to someone, you are telling about your story or something, that person is not at all taking interest. He is seeing the wall, he is seeing the ceiling. Then you will understand by his body language and you will stop speaking and you tell, okay, let us, we will divert the topic. Same thing, but if the person who is sitting close to us, the friend, he is telling, oh, then what happened? Then what happened? Oh, like this, oh, very interesting. Then, you start telling more and more about whatever happened, or you tell your intimate secret things also to him. Same way here also Krishna is sitting in the heart and seeing how much is our interest. And if you are so much interested to know about God in our life, you are so much interested. See, many people, if you are seeing early morning, they are getting up and first thing they are opening newspaper, they are watching TV. That means what is their interest? Their interest is on politics, or their interest is on games, or their interest is on cinema. So according to their desire or interest, the first thing in the morning, what they will do? They will first people will tell, oh, first what I will do in the morning, first I will drink a cup of tea, then take newspaper and sit half an hour and read all the news. So that is their interest. But the devotees, what they do, first they get up, first they pray, and then they get up, and then they take bath, and then they apply tilak, then they open the altar and do offer the obeisances, and they will do Mangalarti. So this shows the interest that Krishna is very important to me for a devotee. So Krishna is seeing what is the actually interest for a truthful devotee. So Krishna is saying, see, this person is taking so much effort to know about me, but he has so much contamination in the heart, which will prevent to know more things about me, because the material enjoyment which he's having will take him away from me. But at the same time, he is actually interested to know about me. So what he will do? So he is sincerely trying. Even though the anarthas are there, we are trying. We are sadhaka devotees. That time Krishna is seeing the mood of the person. Even though sometimes we may not perform properly, but we have the interest. We want to become devotee of Krishna. We want to serve him. We want to serve the spiritual master. But what happens? Our desires for material enjoyment is there from past life, conditioning. That's called conditioning. The seed is there. So that will sometimes distract us, divert us. Even though our in the core of the heart, we want to become pure devotee of Krishna. So that time Krishna as a Paramatma is seeing. Then he will help us cleanse the desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee, who relishes his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. See, this is what Krishna is doing for us. Suppose if you go to a person's room and it is very dirty, no, we don't want to, like if you are a close friend, then we start helping him in cleaning. Like that, Krishna is called Surat. Surat means heart to heart friend. So he is seeing that this person is coming, is desiring to come towards me, but this material enjoyment is preventing. So Krishna personally helps that person to cleanse the desire for material enjoyment. That's what Hridayantosi Abhadrani. Hridayanto means in the heart. Abhadrani means this all these dirty things. Vidunoti Surat. Surat means heart to heart friend. See, Surat, here word is there. Surat means heart to heart. There is three kinds of friends: Mitra, Bandhu, and Surat. So, Bandhu means official friends, then Mitra is friend, and Surat means close, very close friend. That's called Surat. So, Krishna is actually sitting in the heart, means he's our close friend, heart, well wisher. So, this is what they mentioned here. It is special mercy of the Supreme Lord. Prabhupada writes here. This quality is the special mercy of the Supreme Lord. The special mercy. Mercy means we don't deserve, but Krishna is giving us. That's called special mercy. Hmm. So we say, no, like special discount. Like that, here it is special mercy of the Supreme Lord. That as soon as he knows that one is glorifying his name, that's what I'm saying. The purpose of human life is only two things: purification of the heart and glorification of the Lord. Two things. There is no third thing also. Even when we accept Guru, why we are accepting Guru? Actually, accepting Guru is to glorify God only. Hmm. So whatever we are doing in the life is actually two things: purification and glorification. And why purity is very powerful? Even when you go to a shop, what we say, we want pure ghee, we want unadulterated milk. Anything which is pure is having great value. The price is more. Whether whatever is contaminated, then it is losing its value. Similarly, when our heart is contaminated, it is losing its value. But when you are getting that purity, it is very, very precious and valuable for Krishna. So, and we will also release the happiness inside. So here we can see he knows that one is glorifying his name, fame, and attributes. He personally helps cleanse the dirt from one's heart. This is the verse again on the above quoted. 1.2.17. Therefore, simply by such glorification, one not only becomes purified. See here again, see. By glorification, what happens? We become purified. So purification is the goal and the glorification is done parallelly. While we are doing glorification, one not only becomes purified, but also achieves the results of pious activities. See, glorification also not only to Krishna, Krishna's paraphernalia, Krishna's pastimes, everything can be glorified. Krishna's name, Krishna's dham, everything. And not only Krishna's the Nam and Dham, Krishna's devotees also, if you glorify, you will get purification. That's why in Vyasa Puja day, next week we are celebrating Vyasa Puja. We will be glorifying the spiritual master because he is Krishna's pure devotee or Krishna's representative. So that glorification will help us to purify our heart. When we are glorifying a devotee also, that also will help us to purify our heart. So that's why Prabhupada writing. Therefore, glorification means not only Krishna, Krishna's name, fame, attributes, pastime, paraphernalia, and Krishna's devotees as well. When we are glorifying Prabhupada, our heart is getting purified. And not only purify the heart, Prabhupada writes here, but also achieves the results of pious activities. Punya Sharavana Kirtana means also achieve the result of, suppose we are doing pious activities. You are putting so many pious activities, like you are doing Annadan, you are doing giving your blood donation, food donation, so much people. So these are all pious activities and you will get result. But if you are glorifying the Lord, you are not doing Annadan, you are not doing blood donation, but still if you are glorifying the Lord, the Lord's holy name, you not only become purified, you also achieve the result of the pious activities. Punya Sharavana Kirtana. Prabhupada writing in the bracket. Punya Sharavana Kirtana refers to the process of devotional service. Okay, so that is Bhakti Yoga. Even if one does not understand the meaning of Lord's name, pastimes or attributes, one is purified simply by hearing or chanting them. See, here also an important point is there. If you don't understand the meaning, like Prabhupada, initially when he went to the West, he was taking class on Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. The people who are sitting, they did not understand what Prabhupada is. One devotee was saying, Prabhupada disabled, like Srila Prabhupada said, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to shave you, like that. And this person understood that shave. Shave means removing the hair. That was the condition. They did not understand because Prabhupada accent was different. Western people English accent is different. So most of the people, they did not understand what Prabhupada was speaking. But they had a complete faith that this person has come here. He did not come to cheat us. He has come to do something good for us. That faith everybody had, even though they did not understand. See, even though we are practicing sadhaka devotees for many years, now when we read Bhagavatam also, we don't understand many things. No, many things, especially when we go like fifth canto, we did not understand many things about the planetary system. Sometimes some leelas are very complicated. Sometimes some leela, we don't know why Krishna is doing like that. So if our situation is like that, imagine about Westerners who did not hear anything about Krishna from birth. And Prabhupada is explaining about Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, how they will understand. That's what Prabhupada is writing here. Even if one does not understand the meaning of Lord's name, pastimes, or attributes, one is purified simply by hearing or chanting them. See, like we are hearing, even if you don't understand, still it is having its own purificatory process. Or chanting, we are chanting the mantra, we are chanting Prabhupada's purport. Such purification is called as Sattva Bhavana. This purification is called as Sattva Bhavana. So here Prabhupada writes, as I said, no, purification is the main purpose of human life. Anything pure is very, very valuable. As I said, no, anything if you go to shop, they say, sir, this is pure stone, they say. This is pure diamond, and the rate is very high. Normal stone also looks like diamond also, but it is like very cheap. But the pure diamond is very costly. Anything pure in this world is very costly, very expensive, and very rare to find. Like that, a pure heart, a pure devotee also very rare to find in this world. So one's main purpose in human life should be to purify his existence and achieve liberation. You have to get out of the cycle of birth and death. As long as one has material body, one is understood to be impure. So if you have the material body, that means some kind of impurity is there. In such an impure material condition, one cannot enjoy a truly blissful life. See, this world, there is so much problem. Even though we have maybe having money, we may have position, we may have power. We are seeing, politicians, they have too much money. Cinema actors, they have too much money. They have fame, but still their life is very miserable. So we can understand, even if you have money, even if you have power, even if you have fame, even you have big, big houses with gardens, still, as long as we are in this material world, we have to suffer. We may be in any, we may be Ambani or maybe greater than Ambani, but still, Material condition means suffering will be there because we have this body. This body will give suffering for us. One cannot enjoy a truly blissful life. Although everyone is seeking for a blissful life. So we are all always constantly looking for a blissful life, but we are always having these kleshas, miseries. Adhyatmik klesha, Adi Bhautika klesha, Adi Devika, and Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. All these things will interrupt our blissful life even though we are seeking it. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam, Rishabhadev Maharaj, Rishabhadev teachings are here, 5.5.1. These very famous verses are there. Tapo divyam putraka yena satveta suddhe Nayam deho deha bhajam nirloke Kashtan kaman arasi vidbhujange Tapo divyam putraka yena satveta suddhe Yasmat brahma saukyam to anantam. So Rishabhadev is telling to his 100 sons that Tapo divyam, do spiritual austerity, Tapo divyam, putraka, oh my dear sons, yena, why? Because Sattvam Suddhet, you can purify your existence. Why should we purify your existence? Yasmat Brahma Saukyam to Anantam. Then after that, you will get the truly blissful life if you purify your existence. So for happiness only, we are doing all these things. So if you do that, then automatically we get the true happiness. One must perform tapasya, austerity, to purify his existence in order to come to the spiritual platform. The tapasya of the chanting and glorifying the name, fame, and attributes of the Lord is a very easy purifying process. See now, what kind of tapasya is recommended here? Simple tapasya only. Chanting the name, glorifying the name, fame, and attributes. If we have proper devotee association, this is very, very easy to do all these things. If you have devotee association, we will gather, we will chant, we will do kirtan, we will do chanting. It is not at all difficult. Like 2 days before, we did 64 rounds of chanting. We were sitting very comfortably and we were doing 64 rounds because there was devotee association. The tapasya became very easy. The tapasya of chanting and glorifying the name, fame, and attributes of the Lord is very easy purifying process of which everyone can be happy. That's why it is always mentioned, without devotees, you cannot do all these things. That's why scripture is saying, Lavamatra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hai. Means if you get the devotee association, your life becomes very easy. Because constantly when you are in devotee association, you will not talk material topics. See, we are now in the devotee association, we are discussing Bhagavatam. Everybody is actually very interested to hear, to learn. So it is a very good mood. But if there is no devotees, who will read Bhagavatam? Who will hear Bhagavatam? That's why this devotee association is very rare, durlabham. And it is very, very beneficial also. If you have that devotee association, you are considered to be very, very fortunate because your life gets purified and you get a platform for glorifying the Lord together. Therefore, everyone who desires ultimate cleansing of his heart must adopt this process. Shrinvatam Swakata Krishna. Other processes such as Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, and other yoga process can clean, but not clean completely. It can clean 25%, 30%, 40% can do if you do karma yoga, you do jnana yoga, you do ashtanga yoga. It can also have purification because there are other societies also who are teaching this kriya yoga, art of living, and this and that. But it will help you. It will help you to come to sattva guna, purify you, but not like bhakti yoga. It can cleanse up to 40%, 60% maximum or 50%. But Bhakti Yoga is 100%. It will purify your heart because Krishna takes care. That's why Prabhupada said, like, a monkey is carrying its baby and a cat is carrying its kitten. Bhakti Yoga is like a cat is carrying its kitten, where the mother will take the responsibility of holding the child. But other yoga process is the monkey. Baby monkey is holding on to the mother. If the baby is little careless, the monkey will jump from branch to branch, the baby will fall down. So other yoga process, you take the risk. But in Bhakti Yoga, Lord will take the risk for the devotee. So this is the important understanding which Prabhupada explained. In the park, when he was in the park, he was seeing one cat is carrying the kitten. And Prabhupada said, this is called Bhakti Yoga, where the mother is taking the responsibility. And here, Shinvatam Swakata Krishna means Krishna is taking the responsibility if you are interested to hear about him and interested to glorify about him. So this is about this verse. Now devotees can express if they have any comments on this additional points or if they have any questions on the verse discussed, we can discuss. Hare Krishna. Okay, if there are no questions or comments, we can move to the next verse. This is 5.6.2.13. So anybody would like to recite this verse?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Nobody I can recite, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Mataji. Proceed, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Atei namma payanata कृते कृतशेषाघनिष्कृतं यदा असौ भगवान् नाम म्रियामनः समाग्रहित. Translation. At the time of death, this Ajamila helplessly and very loudly chanted the holy name of the Lord, Narayana. That chanting alone has already freed him from the reactions of all sinful life. Therefore, O servants of Yamaraja, do not try to take him to your master for punishment in hellish conditions. Translation once again. At the time of death, this Ajamila helplessly and very loudly chanted the holy name of the Lord, Narayana. That chanting alone has already freed him from the reactions of all sinful life. Therefore, O servants of Yamaraja, do not try to take him to your master for punishment in hellish conditions. Purport. The Vishnudutas, who are superior authorities, gave orders to the Vishnudutas, who did not know that.
Yamaduta.
Hare Krishna. Next, sorry, Prabhuji.
Yamadutas, Mataji. Yeah.
Yamadutas, who did not know that Ajamila was no longer subject to tribulation in hellish life for his past sins. Although he had chanted the holy name Narayana to indicate his son, the holy name is so transcendently powerful that he was automatically freed because he had chanted the holy name while dying. Ante Narayana Smriti. As Krishna confirms in Bhagavad Gita 7.28, Esham Twantagata Papam Jananam Punya Karmanam Tedwanda Moha Nirmukta Bhajante Mam Druda Vrata. Persons who have accepted piously in previous lives and in this life, whose sinful actions are completely eradicated and who are freed from the duality of delusion, engage themselves in many service with the determination. Unless one is freed from all sinful reactions, one cannot be promoted to the platform of devotional service. Elsewhere in Bhagavad Gita 8.5, it is stated, Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalebaram यह प्रयाति समद्भावं याति नस्त्यांतर समस्यः संशयः. If one remembers Krishna Narayana at the time of death, one is certainly eligible to return immediately home back to Godhead. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sorry for the mistakes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
No. Thank you very much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So no problem. Even if you read with mistakes, that's not a problem. Reading is very important. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So we are continuing to the next verse. Here where Vishnudutas are actually ordering the Yamadutas that they cannot take Ajamil now to Yamaraj. That is the main theme of this verse actually. So we'll go to the translation. At the time of death, this Ajamil, this is Vishnudutas saying to the Yamadutas. At the time of death, this Ajamil helplessly and very loudly chanted the holy name of the Lord, Narayana. Okay, that chanting alone has already freed him from the reactions of all sinful life. So that means, therefore, O servants of Yamaraj, the Yamadutas, do not try to take him to your master. Who is his master? This is Yamaraj is the master. For punishment in hellish conditions. Because we have read from already in the 5th canto that there are 28 types of hell. So once sinful living entity is taken by the Yamadutas, to the Yamaraj. And then the Yamaraj is seeing there is one Chitragupta, he is having the account of all our bad actions, he's completely having that register. So based on that, whatever bad actions, according to the type of hell is assigned for suffering. So here the Yamadutas came for same because he did a lot of sinful reactions, sinful actions. So they want to take him to the Yamaraj. But here Vishnudutas are arguing, telling that already he has chanted the Lord's name, Narayana. So he is already freed. There is no reaction for him for all his sinful life. So therefore you cannot take him to Yamaraj for punishment in hellish conditions. So this is what the subject here. And we discuss the purport. The Vishnudutas are the representative of Lord Vishnu, who are the superior authorities. They are superior to Yamadutas because they are direct representatives of the Supreme Lord. Gave the orders. They are not requesting, they are giving order. Means they are the superior authorities. Gave order to the Yamadutas, who did not know the Ajamil was no longer subject to tribulation in hellish life for his past sins. Although he had chanted the holy name Narayana to indicate his son. So why did he chant Narayana? Because his last son name was Narayana. Ajamil did not know it is holy name. Just Ajamil chanted without offense, Narayana like that. But still, the holy name is so transcendently powerful that he was automatically freed because he had chanted the holy name while dying. Ante Narayana Smriti. As Krishna confirms in Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada refers here, 7th chapter, the knowledge of the Absolute, verse number 28. Esham tu antakatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvande moha nirmukte bhajante mam dridhavrataha. So the meaning of this verse is actually persons who have acted piously in previous life, like our previous life, we have acted piously, and not only previously, in this life also, and already whose sinful actions are completely eradicated. That means whatever their reactions of sinful is already removed, who are freed from the duality of delusion, engage themselves in my service. So those people who are pure, they can only engage in the service of the Lord with determination. So if you see anybody who is engaging in the Lord's service with full determination, staunch faith, that means all their sinful reactions are already eradicated, because that's why there is no break in their service. Unless one is freed from all sinful reactions, one cannot be promoted to the platform of devotional service. It's a very important sloka. Esham tu antagatam papam. See, papam means sin. Jananam punya karmanam, and acted piously and sinful reactions eradicated. Dvedvande moha nirmukta, they are freed from the delusion of moha. Bhajante, worship me, dridhavrataha, with full determination. So very nice verse actually. So if you are not able to fully engage in the full determination, that we should understand still something is balance for us to clear. So we have to take the process more seriously. So this is Ante Narayana Smriti. So here we can see, although he had chanted the holy name. So here, Prabhupada is quoting this verse that if your sinful reactions are already gone, then you can do with determination, full determination, you can perform the devotional service. And Prabhupada also quote here, elsewhere in Bhagavad Gita 8.5, it is stated that Anta Kale, Anta means at the end of our life duration, Anta Kale cha Mam Eva. If at the end of the life, if they are thinking about Krishna, Smaran Mukta Kalevaram. Kalevaram means about to depart. Disturbed condition. Anta Kale cha Mam Eva, Smaran Mukta Kalevaram. Ya prayati sa madbhavam, they will attain Krishna's nature. Madbhavam means Krishna's nature. Yati nast atre, there is no doubt in this. Atra samsaya means there is no doubt. If one remembers Krishna, Narayana at the time of death, one is certainly eligible to return immediately home back to Godhead. Very important point. Because they say life is a preparation and death is an examination. So whatever we are chanting now, it will be tested at the time of death that we are able to remember Krishna or not. And if you are chanting like robots, then what happens? We are chanting like robot, then we may not able to remember Krishna. Like Prabhupada says that there is parrot, If you teach a parrot, the parrot also will actually chant. But when you catch the neck of the parrot, Prabhupada says it will cut, like that. It will make it sound different sound because it was not chanting with feeling or emotion. It was chanting just like a mechanical. So one important point why we are chanting is we must rise beyond mechanical chanting. So Srila Prabhupada actually describes so in one of the lecture she has given in London on July 22, 1973. What is that lecture? Prabhupada is saying the mind should be kept in healthy condition. Therefore, one who dies with full sense remembering Krishna he is successful. In Bengali, it is said that bhajana kara, sadhana kara, murti andra hai. Means you must be a great devotee, that's all. But it will be tested at the time of death, how you remember Krishna. That will be the test examination. At the time of death, if you forget, if you become like parrot like, just like parrot, he chants Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. But when the cat catches the neck, then it will tell kya, 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 like that. No more Krishna, no more Krishna. So artificial practice will not help us. So that Kulashekar Maharaj also prays, Prabhupada quotes that, Kanta Varadona Vidos Maranam Kutaste Krishna Tvadiya Pada Pankajam. So in that verse, Kulashekar Maharaj is praying that I am now healthy. Now I am able to think about you. So now it shall take my life. Because at the last time, Kanta Varodana Vidos Maranam Kutaste, O Lord, my Lord Krishna, Mukundamala Stotra, verse number 33, I pray that the swan of my mind may immediately sink to the stems of the lotus feet of your Lordship and be locked up in their network. Otherwise, at the time of my final breath, when my throat is choked up with cough, how will it be possible to think of you? Like that Kulashekar Maharaj is praying. So from very beginning, we have to practice Krishna consciousness. Very serious to go back to home, back to Godhead. Okay, so it is not that last minute we can prepare. Like tomorrow, exam, we cannot take the book and today read. It is very difficult. So like that, throughout the life, if you are practicing, then our mind will become gradually saturated in the Krishna Smaran. So very important. So in mechanical chanting, in the beginning it is okay, but as it is progressing further, we should make sure that it is not like we should chant with some feeling, with some emotions, because Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janardana. Krishna looks the emotions, not our tongue. No, he's just seeing what intention, what is our Baba while we are chanting. So we should take like helpless way. We should pray to Krishna that I have somehow come into this material life. So please take me back to you and let me please you always. Let me serve you in a very nice way, like that. So in that way, in that mood, we have to chant. Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Padita Mam Vishame Bhavambudo Kripaya Tava Pada Pankaja Sita Dudi Sadrisham Chintaya. Like the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has prayed. So that is this one. So this is 14th verse we can recite. In 13th verse, anybody has any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Sanketayam parihasyam va sthobam helanam eva va vaikuntanama grahanam asesaga haram vidu sheshaghavar haram vidu. Translation: one who chants the holy name of the Lord is immediately freed from the reactions of unlimited sins, even if he chants indirectly to indicate something else, jokingly for musical entertainment, or even neglectfully. This is accepted by all the learned scholars of the scriptures. Translation once again: one who chants the holy name of the Lord is immediately freed from the reactions of unlimited sin, even if he chants indirectly to indicate something else, jokingly for musical entertainment, or even neglectfully. This is accepted by all the learned scholars of the scriptures. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. So here also, Prabhupada did not write any purport, but it is saying chanting is effective irrespective of circumstances and intention. You can see that Sanketyam Parihasyam means while indicating someone else or while joking. Parihasyam means while joking. Sometimes people while we are chanting, they joke, and Stobam Helanam Evava for musical entertainment or out of neglect. Vaikunta Nama Grahanam, chanting the holy name of the Lord. Asesha Saga Haram Viduhu destroys one's unlimited sin and desires. Advanced translators know this. So it's very important that glories of the holy name, even if you do it, without proper this one, still it will bring the benefit of the chant. But it is not meaning that we should always chant. The devotees, they should take it very seriously. But if somebody will do with jokingly or musical instrument, still that kind of chanting will have the effect on the chanter. Hare Krishna. So we'll go to the last verse today, 15. Yeah, this verse we can finish today. Somebody wants to recite this verse? Verse number 15. Okay, I will recite it. Patita skalito bhagna sandastastapta ahataha harir iti avesheneha umanarhati yatanaha. So translation, if one chants the holy name of Hari and then dies because of an accidental misfortune, such as falling from the top of a house, slipping and suffering broken bones while traveling on the road, being bitten by a serpent, being afflicted with pain and high fever, or being injured by a weapon, one is immediately absolved from having to enter hellish life even though he is sinful. So we'll repeat the translation. Very nice verse. If one chants the holy name of Hari and then dies because of an accidental misfortune, such as falling from the top of a house, slipping and suffering broken bones while traveling on the road, being bitten by a serpent, being afflicted with pain and high fever, or being injured by a weapon, one is immediately absolved from having to enter a hellish life even though he is sinful. Purport. As stated in Bhagavatam 8.6, Yam Yam Mapi Smaran Bhavam Tajantante Kalevaram Tam Tam Evaiti Kaunteya Sada Tat Bhava Bhavitaha. Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, that state he will attain without fail. If one practices chanting of Hare Krishna mantra, he is naturally expected to chant Hare Krishna when he meets with some accident. Even without such practice, however, if one somehow or other chants the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, when he meets with an accident and dies, he will be saved from hellish life after life. So here is a great secret given. The scriptures are actually giving a very great secret that if you chant, before leaving your body, by, suppose, like we are always constantly accustomed to chant the Hare Krishna mantra. What happens? If you meet some danger, if you meet some fear, automatically from your tongue, Hare Krishna will come. Hmm. Like that, if you chant, and here some examples are given, suddenly you are falling from the top of the house. It all happens, right? For anybody, it can happen anytime. Sometimes we are hearing news also like that. Slipping, that also happens. And suffering broken bones, it also happens. Whether devotee or non-devotee, for anybody, it can happen. While traveling on the road, this is very dangerous. Being bitten by a serpent, being afflicted with pain, and high fever, or being injured by a weapon, one is immediately absolved from having to enter hellish life. So that soul need not enter hellish life. Because here you can say, why Yamadutas are saying this? Now Ajamil chanted accidentally only. That's why they are saying. That means this is the case. Even though he may be sinful, Ajamil was sinful, but he chanted Narayana. So, with pain and high fever because he was in the deathbed. So, even if we are taking the same situation, if somebody will, but actually, unfortunate situation, what happened? Somebody has to suffer in the hell, no? He will not take the name, even if he is about to die. He will not either have faith, no, he will not believe all these things. Then naturally, he will not tell. But people who have faith, they will always chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When they are having faith, then automatically they are protected because they will, when they are facing any danger in their life, immediately what they know, we don't know anything. We only know to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. If there is an earthquake, what you will do? You are sitting in the room, we are hearing Bhagavatam, and suddenly there is an earthquake. Earthquake can come anytime. There is no notice period, no, that tomorrow morning earthquake will come. It can come at any place, at any time, without any notice. The whole building will collapse. That is called earthquake. What we know, we do not know anything. No, we can only know, we cannot pray. So, for a devotee, his only strength is chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And for a devotee, his only shelter is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So, two things. Our strength is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and our shelter is also Hare Krishna Mantra. We don't have any other shelter apart from this. So, when we are chanting like that, what happens? Then we do not need to enter hellish life. Even we may be sinful like that. Vishnu Dutars are saying. And Prabhupada is saying, quoting the verse again, 8.6, Yam Yam Vapi Smaran Bhavam. Whatever you think, Taja anta kalevaram. When you are leaving the body, whatever thoughts come, yam yam api smaran bhavam, tajant ante kalevaram. Tam tam evaiti kaunteya. Krishna is saying that same state you will attain. Sada tat bhava bhavitaha. So here the translation there. Whatever state of being one remembers, when he quits his body, that state, tam tam evaiti kaunteya, he will attain without fail. If one practices chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, he is naturally expected to chant Hare Krishna when he meets with some accident. See, this is what important point. When we are constantly chanting, tomorrow when we are traveling or something, suddenly one vehicle is passing from Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Naturally, it will come out of our mouth. And naturally expect to chant Hare Krishna when he meets with some accident. Even without such practice, okay, forget that. We don't have practice. Accidentally, we will tell Hare Krishna that time. Then also, he will be saved from hellish life after death. So either accidentally or naturally, you chant. Both ways, the person who is chanting the holy name will be saved from hellish life. Here the VIŠDUDūTAS are saying Yamadutas because he chanted the name accidentally, calling his name Narayana, his son's name. So she is supposed to be saved from hellish life. So this is what actually the VIŠDUDūTAS are explaining. Further, there are 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. After 19, the glories of the holy names will continue. That we can see tomorrow. Hare Krishna. So, if any devotees have any questions or comments, please. So, we are very fortunate to understand the glories of the holy name. And we are very fortunate to take the shelter of the holy name. As I said, our only strength and our only shelter in this Kali Yuga is Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Iva Kevalam. Kalo Nasteva, 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 Gatiranta. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So, devotees have
Hare
any
Krishna,
questions?
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna,
Yes, ma'am.
Prabhuji.
Hare. Yes, ma'am.
Prabhuji, but everyone cannot be remember Krishna's name in Antakalena, Prabhuji. But by practice only they can maybe remember.
Yes. By practice only, Mataji, we can remember. And Krishna also says in other one more Purana is there where he's saying sometimes a devotee is practicing all the life and unfortunately sometimes he's not able to remember Krishna. Krishna will make sure Krishna will remember him. Okay, so in that case also they will go to Krishna. Sometimes some people go to coma and all. From coma they will directly. So that Purana name I forgot actually. Vishnu, I don't want Purana. There it is quoted that what is it Purana? Garuda Purana, not Garuda Purana. There is one more Ramana Purana. I don't know. One Purana is there where it is said Krishna is saying, even if my devotee will not remember me, devotee, not normal persons, I will remember him at the time of, I think Vamana Purana. Like that. One, I have the reference also. So in that case also Krishna will remember if you are a devotee. But if you are a non-devotee, then only thing if you have to chant Hare Krishna, at least accidentally at the time of death, like what Ajamil did. Otherwise, as a devotee, we can chant Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna, Mataji, Sarat.
Like in VIŠDUDūTAS also, it says, Prabhuji, like, please remember me, Krishna, like request, like at the time of death, please remember me.
Mukunda Mala Sutra?
Not VIŠDUDūTAS, last verse, I think.
Last verse, yes.
Yes.
VIŠDUDūTAS.
Prabhuji told another Purana, same one verse, actually, last verse telling that Krishna, I am actually trying to remember you, but at the end of my life, please.
That is actually Varaha Purana or something, I think. I remember that one. You are saying about VIŠDUDūTAS,
the last time when I will get old and I am unable to remember you, please. Words I forgot actually. Requesting Krishna, please.
I will
don't
also check
forget.
Mother VIŠDUDūTAS.
I wrote somewhere.
I have this one with me. Just check last verse, Mataji.
I think last I also have the same.
I'm opening that one now. Last verse is actually, please remove the obstacles. That is verse number 18. Agni, oh my Lord, as powerful as fire, please lead me on the right path of liberation. Vishwani Deva Vayunu, O omnipotent with many pastimes, you know all my actions and thought. Please destroy
Please
all my
remember my actions because I
please
can't be able to
destroy.
remember you.
Yeah. Please, this 18th verse, Mataji, please, that subject is please remove the obstacles. So
Yeah.
that means I will read the translation of 18th verse. Oh my Lord, as powerful as fire, please lead me on right path. Oh omnipotent one with many pastimes, you know all my actions and thought. Please destroy all my sins that hinder my progress towards you. This is 18.
17th
So
verse, Prabhu.
17,
17th.
yeah,
Like
17.
Vayuradam Amavradam Adevam Basmantam Shariram Om
Yeah,
Kradosmara Kradam Smara
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Kradosmara Kradam Smara.
Yes. Oh Lord, please remember my service. Art of dying. Very good, Mataji. Yes, you have spoke very given correct reference. 17 sloka is called Art of Dying. And the sub theme is, Oh Lord, please remember my service. Let the air of life be merged with the totality of air. Let this temporary body be burnt to ashes. Oh Lord, enjoyer of sacrifice and ultimate beneficiary, please remember all my sacrifices and please remember all that I have done for you. So, like that, this verse describes the Jiva's prayers at the time of death with full consciousness of one past deeds and the ultimate goal and intentions of praying Jiva. So, this is what in 17. So, as you said, this is describing about the art of dying. So, it's requesting the Lord to remember all the sacrifices and please remember all that I have done for you. Like that, it is there. Correct, Mother. Hare Krishna.
And the verse before this one, no, Prabhu, like
16.
people making fun of Lord and chanting by mistakenly, like in sense of making fun. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time also, when he uh, like it, at the time of his birth time, people used went to take bath in this like some river's name I forgot, and they
Ganga,
were
Mataji. Ganga only, no? Ganga.
Ganga only, no? Yeah, Ganga only. They were taking bath, and at that time they were calling upon Narayana's name. The other people at the other side of the river actually making fun of these people, and they also
Hari, Hari,
repeated
no?
the
They were
same.
chanting Hari, Hari, right?
Yeah,
Hari.
Hari's name, and that people also got some benefit in that
Sukriti. Sukriti.
Sukriti.
Hmm.
Yeah, even making
Correct.
fun, they were making fun, and but they got Sukriti.
Yes. Very true, Mataji. So this is where we should have complete faith. Like Prabhupada had that complete faith on the power of the Holy Name. So how he taken this faith is strong, then we get the same realization. If we don't have faith, then we don't get the realization also. So we should have that complete faith in that chanting of Holy Name. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for sharing your realizations. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So any other devotees have anything to discuss on these verses we discussed today? Okay. If there are no other discussions, we can conclude this today's session and continue from tomorrow. And today evening, there will be Chaitanya Charitamrita class, evening 7 p.m. local time. So those who are free can join. We are discussing from Madhya Leela now. Adi Leela completed, we are discussing from Madhya Leela. So that will be taken by His Grace Chaitanya Chandra Prabhu. Hare Krishna. And thank you all the devotees for participating in this Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Hopefully, definitely, we'll all get the mercy of the Lord. And we are getting more and more faith by reading this Bhagavatam on the holy name. And we are eternally indebted to Srila Prabhupada for giving such a wonderful purpose. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyavcha paritanam pavanebhyo Vaishnava अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Thank you all. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna. So with all your permission, I will end today's session. Hare Krishna.